afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Wednesday, the 19th of June. New Zealand wants to form a closer military alliance with Japan. Chris Luxon has pinpointed flashpoints in the Pacific ahead of a meeting tonight with Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. Two-way trade will be a focus, but our Prime Minister says military ties will be a major topic on the agenda.
What we really want to do is deepen our security and defence ties with Japan. We think that's important. We will also talk about our economic interests as well, as we have been doing.
Luxon concedes he could have used better words to describe past business delegations. Before heading to Japan, Chris Luxon told Newstalk ZB the calibre of contingents had been lacking in recent years, describing them as watered down to the C list. Luxon yesterday said that was taken out of context, but today took a different line.
Well, I could have expressed it in a different or better way, but what I'm saying to you very clearly is that when we come to these delegations, I am putting huge effort into it to make sure that I've got the business delegation right, we've got the media delegation right.
The Department of Internal Affairs is axing 76 roles. The PSA is warning it means deep cuts to work to prevent scams and money laundering. The DIA's announced final decisions on spending cuts demanded by the government. It includes disestablishing specialist digital safety roles. The PSA says that's reckless and disturbing and claims the ministers ignored warnings. The Finance Minister's being pushed on delivery dates for cancer drugs promised in the election campaign. The government's under fire for not funding them in last month's budget, blaming Pharmac budget and procurement challenges. Nicola Willis says they're a priority for next year's budget, and she'll have more to say very soon.
To those who saw themselves in our policy to fund additional cancer treatments, we make a very clear assurance that we will be making an announcement that will ensure that some of those medicines are funded this year.
Warriors tickets and food vouchers are likely to be off the table as an incentive for filling in the next census. The Statistics Minister and government statistician have faced questions from a parliamentary select committee today, scrutinising last month's budget. The minister's confirmed he wants a different approach to the next 5-yearly survey. Andrew Bailey says Stats NZ is reviewing last year's census, looking at a change of tack.
What Stats New Zealand is looking at is maybe a different infringement regime.
Claims Foodstuffs North Island is being disingenuous, saying it voluntarily lifted land covenants. The Commerce Commission has reached an agreement with Foodstuffs after a High Court proceeding was filed alleging anti-competitive moves. The Commission claims covenants were being used to stop rival supermarkets opening or developing existing ones. Foodstuffs says it never sought to enforce them. But Consumer NZ Chief Executive John Duffy says they were lifted because of the accusations.
As a result of the publicity on that, both Foodstuffs and Woolworths moved to stop enforcing these covenants.
To sport, and the Blues have dropped a selection bombshell for the Super Rugby final, with captain Patrick Tuipulotu named to start, 2 weeks into what was expected to be a 6 to 7 week recovery for a medial ligament tear in his right knee. The Chiefs get Sean Stevenson back and will start Tyrone Thompson at hooker for the injured Samasone Tokiahu, with Bradley Slater fit enough for a spot on the bench. New Zealand cricket boss Scott Wienink says Kane Williamson will still be available for most matches, despite opting out of a central deal. I'm Raylene Ramsey. That is your latest news fix, and we'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.